All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, it's Donna here, and we're welcoming you to the Author Your Way to Business Success webinar. I have Natasha Denman with me as well, but Natasha has unfortunately got a lovely, lovely, sexy, croaky voice, so I'm going to have to do a lot of the talking. Natasha, say hello.
Hello, guys. Great to see you. What we want to check in with you is to ensure that you can hear us and that you can see the PowerPoint presentation.
So yes, let us know if you can hear us and see our screen, just with a little question box. Thank you, Chris. That's great because it's going to be an interesting webinar today with Natasha's crackiness. We've been cracking sexy jokes before we started the whole time.
And I was practicing going, oh.
Yes, thanks, Croaky. Thanks, Darren. And I'm sitting here going, oh God, I'm going to walk away with a bloody laryngitis as well. So this webinar better be worth it.
Excellent. So it's really great to have so many of you on the call. There's heaps more coming through. We had an amazing response. And let's get cracking into it with all the content that we've got planned for you. And we encourage you to absolutely put as many questions down as you have. Ask us. We have collectively written 4 books between the two of us. So we'll start off the evening by giving you a little bit of a background why we're experts at talking about this before we share the gold that we've got to share.
Excellent.
And thanks for everyone that said hello. Hi, Monique, and it's just really lovely to have you on the call.
All right, let's get cracking. Remember, lots of questions.
You don't know how to use my computer.
I don't. There we go. Okay, me. So, my name is Donna Brown, and I like to call myself the work from home queen. And I've been in business for about 8 years now, and I originally started out as a virtual assistant. And for those of you that don't know, a virtual assistant is like, I guess in layman's terms, it is like an offsite secretary. So I've built my business up, and over the time, I started to become the person that a lot of women were contacting me about becoming a VA themselves. So over time, I've transitioned into teaching people how to do it as well. Now, whilst that was happening and I was talking to people and mentoring people and coaching people and giving as much resources, I realized that I actually know quite a lot about the VA world, and that's why I thought I'd write a book. So I actually wrote a book, Work in Your PJs, which was an introduction to working at home as a VA. And that book seriously gave me an awesome opportunity to connect with so many more people on a much more global scale, leveraged myself. Yes, I know, Darren, that pinging is letting me know that people are coming into the webinar still. So every time someone walks
I don't know. We turn it off.
Yeah, no, you can't. Every time somebody comes into the webinar, it lets us know. So unfortunately, as people are walking in, we can't stop that noise. But that's good. You guys are in. That's a good thing. Now, as I was saying, my book, when I first launched it and I had my big party and everything, it really enabled me to position myself as a leader in my industry. And I was able to sell a lot of the books. It was an awesome entry level product to get people to connect with me. I could spread my message to such a bigger group because it was such an easy way to buy a book. And that's a little bit about me in my world of authoring. Obviously, Natasha and I have authored a book together as well, our Ninja Couch Marketing, and I will let Nat talk a little bit about that as well. But the process of having books under your belt and having a little bit of a library. So now on my website, I've got Donna's library and I've got my books listed there. It's pretty cool because people, love to read what you're doing. And, the reason why I wrote my book was so mums could put it in their handbag and walk around with it and share it and share my knowledge and learn about who I am before they then contact me for some of my bigger programs. So it was writing the book was probably one of the best things I've done for positioning myself. It was really, really awesome. And you can see on the screen there, I've done a whole lot of other stuff, but we're talking about books today, so that's what I'll concentrate on.
Exactly right. And thanks for all the lovely comments and welcoming everyone on the call. And excellent to have so many of you coming through. So let's move on. Move on to moi. So I'm Natasha, and I started out in business about 3 years and 2 or 3 months ago now. And really, becoming a author was my turnaround point when it came to being recognized and seen as the expert in my niche. And my very first book was The 7 Ultimate Secrets to Weight Loss that you can see there on the screen. Donna and I co-authored Ninja Couch Marketing, and then I took part in the best-selling book, You Can Live the Life of Your Dreams. So I'm really passionate about product creation, as a lot of you do know me that have come on the call. And as Donna says, I think I'm going to create a separate website where I will have all my programs and products and all that kind of stuff where people can go and access it. This part of my business really generates a lot of passive income, and it opens up so many doors that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to walk through or even, just knock on. It's something that it's become my passion, and I do day in and day out with clients, one on one. And then obviously, which you will learn about at the end of tonight, how we're actually going to help others to become authors in 48 hours.
Oh, it's pretty cool, trust me.
So that's enough about us. Let's get cracking into the content. So there is already a question there from Rosie. We'll get to that question as we go through the call.
And you are right, Donna. It is a woohoo moment.
So there's lots of little cool comments coming through. So thanks everyone for your encouragement. So why would you want to become an author? Why did you do it, Donna?
Okay, so for me, it was my original intention was about leveraging myself. I had so many people calling me up and asking me the same kinds of questions about becoming a VA. What do I need to do? How do I find clients? How do I price myself? Do I have the right skills? There were so many questions, but it was the same kinds of questions over and over again. So in my head, because I'm all about leverage, in my head I thought, you know what? If I write this all in a book, I can then sell people the book, and people can read it in their own time. And for me, it was a time issue because I was getting 10, 15 calls and emails every week, and I like to respond to everyone eventually. Whilst I'm still running my business, it was just eating up a lot of my time. So my original intention was write the book. When people ask me these questions, I can direct them to the book and they can buy a copy. And then if they, if they've got more questions, more in-depth questions, sign up to any of my programs, then they can do it. That was my original intention. But by doing it, I have gained a lot of credibility. A lot of credibility because people perceive authors, published authors, as very, the experienced and the what's the word I'm thinking of? The expert in their niche. You can gain a lot of credibility from becoming a published author. People share your books around, and don't get me seriously, when you see your name on the cover, it's pretty darn cool as well.
I know. I remember the first time I held my book in my hands and I go, "Is this real? Is it mine?" It's like you first get sent out. Well, back when I did my first book, I got sent out the author copy so you can approve that the print and the quality of the printing is okay before they send you the next lot of books. But really, yeah, it's surreal, and it really does position you. So my purpose for writing a book was definitely to position myself as an expert. And I often tell people, if you want me to teach you how to become a bestseller, I can't do that. Okay. I am a best-selling author because of one of my books is a bestseller. However, what I am really good at is how you can use your book as a tool to grow your business. And really that's what the whole topic of tonight is authoring your way to business success. So really how you can take that business to the next level and get those opportunities that could be way more money than selling 1,000 books or whatever.
Exactly. We're not here today talking about how you can become a millionaire by selling books. That's not what today is about. It's about positioning yourself as an expert. It's about filling your pipeline with sales. So, for example, the fast track to success means that a lot of people who contacted me were probably not ready to become a mentoring client or buy into a $1,000 program, but they could afford a $20 book, and so they buy the book and read it. And when they're ready, they can come to me, and it just slowly nurtures people through your sales pipeline. At the end of the day, the content that they're getting in the book is very valuable. It's not like they're not getting anything and it's just a trick to get them into the system. No. They're getting a lot of good content in it, and it's just a stepping stone before they take the next bigger step. So it definitely does grow your business from that perspective. Yes, you might make a little bit of money from your books, but that's not the intention of why we wrote our books. It was all about, spreading your message and getting more people, who know about what you're doing.
Another thing I want to say, because I know a lot of people on the call are service-based businesses, and that what you sell is very, very intangible. So another purpose of writing my book was to be able to give my clients something tangible. And people who would come and become my clients, they were so proud. They go, oh, my coach is an author, and this is who she is, and they'd show it to people, visitors that would come or whatever. I remember it through stories. So it was very important for me to have something tangible within my business, and that's why I'm so passionate about product creation, because I can give people so much of me without having to sell my time.
Exactly.
Super, super important for all of you that are service-based businesses. Awesome. Any questions? Emily's got just a comment here. Could we get a copy of the slides? Everyone who has registered will get a copy of the slides, as well as the link to the recording if you want to re-listen to this webinar and to my sexy voice. And also everyone who couldn't make it live on the call, we will get that. So absolutely. All right. So let's get cracking on to the 3 things that we want to teach you tonight through this webinar, and that is we're going to go through how authoring a book changes your business growth and you, the secret to fast tracking the process. So how Donna and I actually spent only 3 hours over the weekend that we went away and wrote the Ninja Couch Marketing book. So we actually went away to write the book in 48 hours, but really the actual writing time took 3 hours. So we're going to tell you how we did that.
And I'll just let you know that originally when we booked this weekend away, we actually thought it was going to take us 48 hours.
Yeah.
So when we finished up in 3 hours, we were like, all right, what are we going to do now? So we had massages, we went out to dinner, and we had a really good time.
Yeah. Awesome. And the third thing we're going to talk about is how to choose your topic to complement your target market and how to really make it sexy. Because for those of you that know me, you know that I love creating sexy products that the marketplace will want, so then we can have the opportunity to then serve them and give them what they need. All right, so let's go into the very first one, the change. How you change. I think becoming an author really does also change you as a person.
Totally.
I believe one of the key benefits as well is that it increases your self-worth as a business owner, and people just gravitate towards you. The perception, I believe, out there towards authors, they're kind of elevated to another level, and they're kind of put on a pedestal. So the credibility and the turnaround that it can have within your business is incredible. Oftentimes when I do work with clients one-on-one, I do encourage them to write their books fairly early on in the journey, because I just believe that if they have that as a tool, they will be able to get their business to a level where they no longer need to work in a day job. And I know a lot of people still struggle to transition from a day job into their business. When my book came out, my book actually came out as my daughter was coming out of me. So as I was giving birth to my daughter, my book came out, and actually because of that, 3 weeks later, I had to start working back in my business, because all of a sudden the demand around me was so huge, and I really did want to leave my day job. So therefore, I needed to service and sign up those clients, because this was my opportunity to really make my business a success. And within 4 months of the book coming out, I doubled my day job income and was able to walk in confidently and hand over my resignation halfway through my maternity leave. So that was the difference within me. You wrote your book a little bit later on in your business, Donna. So
yeah, well, my book, like I said, my book came about not because I was trying to make myself credible, but more for me, it was a leveraging tool to get my message out to more people and help as many people as easily as possible without answering the same questions again and again. So it wouldn't affect my business, because so much time was spent responding to these emails and calls. But when I did write my book, and I had a massive launch party, and oh my God, it was fun. And all the book sales on the day paid for my party. So it was pretty darn cool. And and you're right, it totally changes your perception. And it's not about being up yourself or thinking you're got a big head. It's just about saying, you know what? I've got a book. I wrote, how many words is it in our Ninja book, for example?
Our Ninja book's got about 45,000 words.
We wrote 20,000 odd words each. That's a lot of writing, and I've got a lot of information in my head that I want to share with people, and that does make you feel good. You've put it all on paper, you've put it in a logical form, and people are paying to read it, and it does make you feel good. And you know what? particularly for those of you that are coaches, consultants, or any kind of service-based business like that, when people are paying money to read your words, I find that you kind of have more, I don't know, guts, I suppose, if you want to say it, to charge what you feel is right
Yes.
to be a coach or a mentor, because clearly people want to read what you're saying. So you must have something of value that they want to learn. Whereas previously, before a book, it's kind of like, who's going to pay me for me to just to talk to them? They don't, am I worth it or not? And now when
Yeah.
books are being bought and shared, then you know it. You know what I'm trying to say?
And you know what? Any business can write a book. Just yesterday, I don't know, for those of you who are friends with me on Facebook, one of my clients who's a locksmith just got his book delivered. So I'm so proud of him. I mean, even a locksmith can write a book, and his book is called Confessions of a Locksmith. And so if you think, oh, what can I write about? Well, you can. Every single one of us has a sexy topic within us that they could make marketable, that complements their business.
I was going to say, we're talking about non-fiction here, not fiction.
Non-fiction. Yeah, we're talking about obviously complementing your business so that you can, as Donna said, charge more per hour.
Oh, yeah. The minute I did that, people say I'm paying for and reading, and I'm getting feedback. I'm getting people ringing me up or sending me emails saying, I love what you wrote. I feel like you were sitting, that you were actually talking to me when I was reading it. And I thought, oh, I actually have got pretty good content to share. Then I started charging more for, mentoring and speaking, and no one even batted an eyelid. And the issue I had before was me, not them.
Yep. And the other thing is you do get a lot more speaking opportunities.
Totally.
So for you guys that do want to be on the speaking circuit, or you want to get other opportunities where you're in front of people and you're more credible, then therefore a book will definitely give you that nice what is it, push to get your foot in the door. There's a couple of questions that we'll just stop and answer right now. There's a question from Paula. What do you think of the idea of writing a chapter in a book and using it as a marketing tool with the other authors? So, Paula, my book, You Can Live the Life of Your Dreams, that is also a compilation book of many different coaches from a separate niche. So, yes, you can do that. I believe that having a book to yourself or you and one other person is a lot more. Again, it puts you at a different on a different level.
It does,
because that particular book, yes, it's rewarding to say I've got 3 books, but I really feel like 2 of them are really my own. I'm proud that I am part of that book. However, I believe the other 2 books give me a lot more traction in my business. Yeah. Monique says, I'm loving this content. Thank you so much. This is great. Thanks, Monique. And just to answer Rosie's question, Natasha, please tell me about how to publish an ebook. Well, look, Rosie, I haven't outright published an ebook directly onto Amazon, if that's what you're asking in this question. But what we have done with the Ninja book as well as the weight loss book that I wrote, we both have converted those books in ebook format, and to convert a book into ebook format may cost around $350 thereabouts. And my Ultimate Weight Loss book is actually on Amazon, available as a Kindle as well as a soft copy. Don't buy it off Amazon. If you want an ebook version of my weight loss book, it's only $2 on my website. So don't go on there and spending $10. I'm just letting you know, because I just am passionate about sharing my content. So that's why I've actually put it as $2 on my website. And yeah.
I just want to say, Rosie, as well, though, regardless of whether you decide to publish an ebook or a printed book, we're talking about a decent sized book here. So we're talking about, at least thousands of words, we're not talking about a 5-page or a 10-page ebook. We're talking about a decent sized book. So regardless of which way you want to go, the same amount of writing has to happen. Just so you know.
Yeah. Although I have seen $3 or $4 ebooks on Amazon that are only 30 or 40 pages and quite large font. So there is such thing out there. I haven't experienced it,
but I don't think the positioning power is the same.
Oh no,
that's the point definitely. I'm saying. Yeah, it's a different. You're positioning yourself in a different way when it's just an ebook, unless it's an ebook version of a printed book as well.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, cool. I didn't get you. So Pete's just asked the question. I understand you got. Hang on a sec. Your book published locally, Melbourne. So that a Ninja book was published in Melbourne. Tell us about your experience. I must say that this person who published my book, our book, is fantastic, and she'll be helping me out for this 48-hour author weekend. And basically, my experience locally was a lot better than my very first book. I've actually asked this particular publisher to help me print my weight loss book also here in Australia, because the cost of reprinting when it's done overseas is triple the cost. And so I found it really awesome. She's a really good friend of mine, and I just can't. It's been smooth, fast. Our book came out 76 days after, from the day we started it to the day it was in our hands.
That included her proofreading it, doing
Yep.
the layout and everything. She did a really good job.
Yeah, totally. So Rosie just made another comment before we move on.
So in that case, Rosie asks that says that she wants followers to be able to download her ebook from her website and have the option of also buying a hard copy. So that's really good. So you'd be writing a full-sized book that you're getting imprinted, and then you can get it converted to an ebook file with there are various services that can do that for you. So that's a much better approach to creating an ebook than just a short one, because the positioning is far different.
Yeah, and but even for her opt-in, she can do a shorter one and convert it to PDF, and have a nice little 3D widget up on the website so people can see that it's tangible, and you can actually get a regular printer to print it. I know people who've done that.
You know what? One of ours, I didn't even think about talking about this, but what I did was I read the first chapter of my book in my own voice. So it's actually me talking about it. And I have it as a little kind of snippet that people can download. So if they want to learn more about my book without buying it, I actually read out the first chapter. And I don't read it verbatim. I kind of just add my own little spin to it as I'm reading it. So there's lots of ways that you can share pieces of your book.
Awesome. There's a few more other comments. Let's just run through the second step, and then we'll stop and answer the other comments that are up there. But you guys, I'm loving how interactive you're being. So thank you so much for asking so many cool and relevant questions. So who wants to know how to fast track and do the writing in 3 hours on a weekend? Oh gosh, this was something that I came up with this idea, and I stumbled upon it by total mistake. I was going to interview me. Everyone say me. So this is the background story to it. We wanted to interview a social media expert for our Ninja Couch marketing book, and we wanted him to be chapter 13, lucky chapter 13, because Donna and I were writing 6 chapters each. And I said to Donna, if I sit there in the interview and I try to take down notes, it would take me, I can't concentrate on what he's saying, and then I can't remember what he has said. So I think I'm going to record the interview, and then we can sit down and write our notes from it and then put it in the book. So he was so fantastic at being interviewed. So I went with my questions, and it took about 35 minutes. And at the end of it, he was just, everything that he was saying was just amazing. And and then I thought, why don't I just get this transcribed? And I put it up on Elance, and this is online outsourcing kind of website. And I found a guy in America that we've used a few times now, and he transcribed the whole interview. I think it was 13 pages, A4 word pages, for $20. And so then it didn't even click to me that this is how we should do the book. But then we're sitting with Donna, and I was planning out our weekend, and I said, okay, we're going to type for 90 minutes. Then we're going to have a half an hour break. Then we're going to do another 90 minutes. There's going to be 3 90-minute sessions on the Friday, 5 on the Saturday, 2 on the Sunday, and we'll get it typed up.
I actually remember this, and I remember thinking, oh God, I don't want to go away with this.
and because I'm a real
she would have whipped me. She would have whipped me. I didn't do it.
Very organized. This is how it was going to run. And so, but then we're sitting there as we're planning this, and I thought, why aren't we just speaking about the things that we want to talk about in our chapters? Go away with the outline of the book, 60 chapter titles, our 60 book name, and speak out. So we put on our iPhones and said chapter 1, blah 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 blah, because we know our stuff. We can talk about it. We've delivered workshops on it, all that kind of stuff.
So that's actually a very key point to take away here. you need to know your topic if you're going to do it in the way that we've done it. You
Yeah.
can't sit there, write a line, think about it, go away, come back. When you're writing a book about your expertise, whatever it might be, and you need to know what you're talking about, because then all you need to talk for is how long?
About 25 minutes, depending on, well, if you're a slow talker, I would say half an hour. If you're a fast talker like me, you do 20 minutes
20 minutes of talking
per chapter.
was like a whole chapter written. And 20
Yeah.
minutes for us is not that long. So we're going to be talking to you for an hour now, and that'll just go like that for us.
I know.
So 20 minutes is not that long, and if you know your topic really well, regardless of what you're talking about, health, for me it was about the VA world, science, it could be anything. If you're talking for
Yeah.
20 minutes straight on your topic, which you could easily do when you're
Yeah.
passionate about something, then it's so
It's so easy.
freaking
And
easy.
so, guys, by the end, so we only took 3 hours to record it because we went away with each chapter and the dot points of what would be in that chapter and the stories that we would share. Just everything was ready. Probably spent 2 hours before the weekend, and so 3 hours it took us to record, and then it cost us $140 to have the whole thing transcribed.
How many thousands of words?
40,000 words. Now, for those of you that are curious, it's about you need to have a decent sized book. 30,000 words is the recommended, which is about 80 or 90 pages in Word, which will translate to about 150 pages in a standard size book. Okay.
So that was actually really cool. Nat, first we tried to do it together with our headphones on, and Nat was cracking at me because she could hear me and she couldn't concentrate. So we went away to Healesville. I went down to the lake. She stayed at my house, and I just talked to the ducks about social media and forums and whatnot. And it was really, really cool. And then when we were done, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever done. And you know what? I've applied this technique to other areas of my business now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
every time I write other programs and things, I just record it and get my PA to transcribe it.
Exactly. And another thing too, which is very important that we mention here, you need to go away somewhere pretty. Go away somewhere that is not really your work environment. So that's why we hired a nice cottage near a lake, somewhere where we could just relax and just focus on this one task. So that was very important.
Yeah, no internet there. So that was actually a big thing for us. No distractions with internet. Do you want to go through some questions?
Yeah, let's go through some questions.
All right, let's go to the top. So the first question from Kate is, what size print runs?
We do about 100 at a time because it doesn't take long to get more printed. And the local publisher only costs about $5 a book.
That's actually a good point. Yeah. So when you're doing rerun prints, they've already got the file set up, so there's no work involved.
Yeah. So you don't need to do huge print runs. Yeah.
So what have we got here?
I have a mate who is looking at publishing my first book, self-published soon. Is there anything I need to know about royalties, cost per print? Also having trouble with the blurb. 7 acts, how to transform your life in a week or less. Okay. So
you got a couple of questions there. So do we need to know anything about royalties or cost per print, etc.? So your friend is publishing your first book. So your friend is a publisher, I'm guessing. And from a royalties perspective, well, it depends on how you set it up. For us, we bought our book. We own our book. Our book belongs to us. We're just buying the publisher's just printing, just printing it for us. That's it. We buy the book at cost price and we sell it as how we like. The publisher is not distributing it for us at bookstores and things like that. If we want, we have to pay for that, and then
you get royalties.
And then there would be royalties involved. So it depends on how you want to get it out into the market.
In saying that, my first book, The Ultimate Weight Loss Book, I do get royalty checks from America because it's distributed to 1,200 online resellers. So whenever they sell it, I get a certain percentage. It's not huge, but there is some royalties there. Cost per print, as we said, about $5 here locally. Obviously depends from printer to printer.
So we have another question from him or her. Sorry, I don't know.
Him.
Okay. How do you approach making a title sexy?
Well, I often teach people this, and it's very important that you use hypnotic language within the title. So words like secrets, like ultimate, obviously.
You know what? Google hypnotic words
and you'll come up with
a whole
heap of them. And make sure that you're actually selling your target market what they want, and that's what we'll touch on next.
So Jane asks, What do you think about having a ghostwriter to help you write? As she is not very fancy with her words.
Yeah, that's an option. There's always ways around it to become an author.
I'm helping a gentleman at the moment write his book just as a pro bono job for a friend of mine, and he's in the health industry, and writing is like he's got ADD. It is all over the shop. He knows his stuff, but you read a page of writing, and I'm just like, whoa. And we're just going to get someone to clean it up and write it and fix it and fill it, and yeah. So there's lots of ways you can do it.
That's right. And you know the locksmith that I was talking about earlier, when he showed me his first draft on the book, he didn't use capitalized letters. There was no commas.
No punctuation at all.
There was no punctuation. There was space. It was just, I said, just expect that the person who's doing your proofing and all that is going to have a lot of work, so you'll get charged a bit more. He goes, oh, that doesn't matter. It's for them to clean it up. But he still wrote it. It was just, I had never seen such a thing. It was just like, what is this? But it was cool because he just did it.
And you know what? That's what I've been telling my friend. Just brain dump it. Just get it all out of your head, because then it's easier to, you can cut and paste and move text around. Chris has just written, you ladies rock, so much value so far, beautifully moving between the two of you. You work so well together. Thank you.
Yeah, she's my business wife.
Thank you, Chris. We do, we hang out a lot. Love your work. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. We love sharing our gold nuggets, Monique.
Holy wow. Hey, Kerry.
We are pretty cool, Gemma.
We're getting a lot of cool feedback. Thank you.
Okay, so can you please share the format you use for each chapter, has been asked by Monique.
Okay, I generally use the format that I learned through my training. That is, I would talk about why something is important within a chapter topic. So I give people the benefits. Then I go through what I will be teaching them. Similar to what we've done tonight, guys. We told you why is it important to become an author in order to see your business succeed. And then we talked about what we'll be delivering tonight, the 3 points. And right now we're right into the how of doing it all. And then we stop for Q&A, which is the what if. So why, what, how, what if. That's the format that I use, and I learned that through my training. Yep.
What printers were you talking about that was $5 per book in
We
Melbourne?
don't know who the printer is. Our publisher got them.
Yeah, our publisher source is it's her contact.
Yeah. So, Rosie, not sure where we print, self-published. Yep.
Are you able to tell me the name of the printers? Okay, yep. We don't know, but we can,
well, I don't know if she'll release them. Maybe they get,
it might be a special deal with her. We're not sure. We'll have to ask her.
Yeah. I live in South Carolina.
Love the brain dump comment. If you could only plug I know, if you could only plug a USB cable in and download the print. So very
Thanks,
true, Lorna.
Yeah. What's the
format, yeah.
Yeah, format.
This one here. Really love your take on mind mapping, ladies. So often we read a book and then mind map or take notes. I've been playing with the idea of writing a book as a mind map, a change in format. So that was
awesome.
Kelly's comment.
Thank
you. Sorry, Bronwyn.
All right. That's all the comments for now. Glad we caught up. Let's move on to the third topic. And as you think of stuff, type it up and we'll stop after this.
All
right. Topic for your target market. You know what I find? A lot of business owners I speak to, new business owners, they really haven't defined their niche. And we know that the riches are in the niches. So if you didn't know, now you do. And how important it is to be solving a specific problem for a specific target market. So really defining that. And what I'm really good at is spending time with people and actually asking them a few cool questions around, who they are and what is it that they actually, what are they really congruent with. And by the end of like a half an hour conversation, we have generally developed an outline as to what that could be and what their sexy title might for the book might be. So really you got to work out, and if you already know what your niche is, work out what your target market really wants. And in general terms, guys, this is relevant to every single business on the call. People want simple. People want easy. People want a magic bullet. People want fast. And in general terms, everyone wants more time. They want more money, and they want more freedom. So if your topic can ooze a bit of that, and also they want step-by-step and they want a system. So if your topic can have those components within it, so let's give you an example with our 2 books, The 7 Ultimate Secrets to Weight Loss. Okay, so there's step-by-step, there's steps there. there's 7, they're ultimate, okay, and they're secrets. So like those 2 words are hypnotic words. And it really tells people, look, if I read this book and follow the 7 secrets, that's it, I'm going to lose all my weight. Is there really only 7 secrets to weight loss? No, there's probably hundreds of thousands of different secrets. These are just my 7 secrets. Also, when you think about ninja couch marketing, who doesn't want to market their couch, their
market from the couch as a ninja, and our slogan is
save time, make money, profit from the couch. That's our slogan. So we really are selling people what they want, which is exactly all those things, so they can get attracted to the title, so they would pick up the book, so we can then have the opportunity to give them the content that I actually need. So we don't, obviously within the book, we're not, we actually give them the how of doing it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not simple. It's not overnight. However, the book title and the outline and the chapter titles are all very sexy.
Exactly. Sell them what they want, give them what they need.
Exactly. So, and always, every time you think of a product, and this doesn't just have to be a book, think about what problem is this product solving? Because people invest in having their problem solved. They don't invest in fluff. And I have to say that because I do have a lot of people come up to me and with grand ideas, and then they give me a lot of fluff and I have to give them feedback. So
you know what? This content that Nat's giving him is applicable to any writing that you do in your business.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether it's a book, your newsletters, your Facebook posts,
Yep.
your Facebook advertising. You
Yep.
can decide you want to do Facebook advertising. So think about this, what she's saying here. For example, I've been running a Facebook advert for my Virtual Business Academy. And my first question is, do you want to earn $300 a week? People want to earn more money than $300 a week, but only working 2 5-hour shifts is how I've worded it. Because my target market are stay-at-home mums, and they can't afford that much more time. And if they can earn at least $300 a week doing 2 5-hour shifts from home doing some admin, that'll help them pay their bills and their groceries, and it'll take the stress off the family. You know, there's other language that I use in the advert, but I just want to let you know that what we're talking about here is applicable to all of the writing you do in your business, not just in your book. So don't think, I'll just do it for my book and that's it. I want you to take this in forever now. Forever you're running a business, this is how you got to think.
Yep. And so I'll just add on to that. So all of this naming stuff, it applies to books, it applies to webinars, it applies to seminars or workshops, it applies to your packages, and it applies to any program and outline that you do, as well as, if a lot of you know on the call are coaches. So it applies to any session. Don't give away free sessions. Name that session something. Last week I did a blue ocean strategy session. Now that's pretty sexy. Always come up, be inventive with the names and tell people what they'll walk away with. You know, you're going to walk away with X, Y, and Z, and this is why this will add value to your life. If you just call it a free session, they don't see the value in it. You really need to show people the value in order for them to invest, whether it's in a $2 product or in a thousands of dollar program. Okay, so there's a question here, Bronwyn. Do you think promoting my book to America is a good idea? Why not? Of course, it's a great idea. If
you've got a global product or service, then of course.
Yeah, totally. It's, promote your products worldwide, because that's the beauty of products, is that you can send them to anyone, or if you have electronic versions, you can make money without having to print them.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of today's world with all the technology. You have the capacity to have an online market, a worldwide market, so you might as well take advantage of it.
Yeah, cool. So what I want to do is I want to tell you about this ultimate 48-hour author weekend. And then what we're going to do at the end is we're happy to stick around and answer as many questions as possible. So, ta-da, exciting announcement, never ever done before, and it hasn't. And I'm very proud of this. So I came up with this idea a few months ago, about 3 months ago, before I went to Thailand. And the ultimate 48-hour author is a weekend like no other. It's obviously I'm doing it because I've had success with it myself, and I can mentor people through through it. Not everyone can write their book in 48 hours. That's why there's a system behind this madness. Basically, we're taking away 10 people in a Victorian location, paying for their accommodation, meals, for the whole publishing process, for the 100 books, for the formatting, layout, proofreading, and absolutely the pre-mentoring setup session, as well as the post-mentoring, post-weekend mentoring support to create the pre-launch and the website, run promotional webinars, all that kind of stuff. So why I created this is because I'm sick and tired of hearing people tell me that they've invested $15,000 to $20,000, and actually today I heard it was $25,000 into writing programs who do a fantastic job and they deliver amazing content. But the percentage of people that walk away and become published authors is only 3%. Okay. And I actually congratulated Justin yesterday on his book because I said, now you're in the 3%ers. And people just throw so much money and they think they can do it, but they don't have that accountability. And actually, if you haven't paid for the publishing or the whole package, you really, you can do it, but you don't really have to. You know, you don't have that kind of sort of commitment. So I created this package so that it includes absolutely everything from start to finish, from the beautiful location to the support to the 100 books that potentially will pay off more than half of your investment. And I was out there today meeting with a client, and for the first time we're having a chat, and I was telling her about my weekend because I've got 4 people coming along already. And I said, and I told her about it, and she said, "How much are you charging?" And I told her, and she said, "Oh my God, this other person charges 25 grand." Now our cost is less than a third of that. Okay. And she goes, and people still don't do it. Like he does something similar. And I go, "Really?" So she goes, "What you're doing is really, really cool." She goes, "Give me the link. I'll promote it for you because I know people who want to do it." So what else is included, Donna? So the next page, where is it? Okay, we've got the marketing smarts that will keep the reader engaged to the end. So we're going to help you come up with all the sexy stuff that we've been talking about. There's the pre-launch and the launch campaign guide, book cover designs, including your 3D widget, that website that Donna's going to set up because she's got that capability, webinars, and your book in a library catalog.
And that point further up the Nat missed, you're going to get your ISBN and all the editing and the formatting and the layout. So in case you didn't know, you do have to apply to get an ISBN. So then your book is catalogued worldwide. Anyone can, any bookstore can stock it for you.
So I'm only interested in 100% 10 published authors. I'm not interested in having 3. No, 3. That would be 1. 3% would be less than 1. So I want to give people a guarantee that they're going to be a published author.
So
in that case,
I was going to say the details are also there for the date and everything.
Yeah, so that's the date that this is running, and I need to finalize every single spot by the 31st of August because I'm off to Europe for 5 weeks, and when I come back, I'll be jumping straight into this weekend, and I need to ensure everyone has been pre-mentored prior to the weekend and given lots of homework leading up. Not lots, but the couple of hours that you got to do. So 4 spots are already booked. So let me tell you how you can actually have an opportunity to access this. I will only accept serious people. And this is actually why I have put a price on the strategy interview of $17. Okay, it'll go on for 30 minutes. And I know when I do a strategy interview with people, I know that they'll learn and walk away with gold as it is. You unlock the topic of your book. And if you don't want to do it, then you can go off and, take the ideas and actually implement them yourself. How you can pay off your package before the book is out through your pre-sales, I will tell you that. And really discover if you have what it takes to do this in 48 hours. So really 100% success rate we're after. My mobile and my email address is right there on this slide. You will need to text strategy interview in your name if you're serious. So I'm only willing to talk to serious people because my time is super valuable.
Totally.
Yeah. So what we would like to do, we'll leave this slide up here if you have any questions around this opportunity, post them up. Otherwise, we'll keep going through some of the comments that you guys have on the screen.
All right, so Monica says you gals are fantastic. Thank you for the knowledge, and we love sharing it. We do love to talk and share, Monica.
You're
and
welcome.
Sarah says, what a great idea. Love it. It is pretty darn cool, I must admit. The fact that you're actually going to have 100 books published for you and delivered to your home is pretty cool. And trust me, when you open up the box, make sure someone's got their camera or a video camera going, because when you open it and you see the first one on top, it's like, oh my God, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
So Joanne's got valuable information. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joanne.
Okay, so we've got Lisa here, and she's asked, how long does the publishing process take? So the publishing process, it will depend upon the time that we actually hand in the book to the publisher. So obviously, if we're going to record it, transcribe it, that might take 2 or 3 weeks to complete. And then 2 to 3 months is generally the turnaround point of a publishing process. Ours was done fairly quickly, but we were right on top of it. We pretty much handed it in 10 days after the weekend. And it I still took 2 months. So I would estimate at least 3 months, but 3 months is a wonderful leading time to do a pre-launch campaign.
It's only 13
and to
weeks.
Actually sell all of your 100 books.
Exactly. It's only 13 weeks, so it's plenty of time for you to set up your launch party, set up your campaigns, and get the ball rolling.
Yeah. So Rosie is saying, so please confirm the cost of the program. You will find that cost out once you have your strategy interview. But if you listen to what I said before, it's less than a third of the cost of $25,000.
So Kelly, can you send an SMS to
Natasha? Just SMS me, guys. Or if you are international listeners, email coach@ultimateweightloss.com.au, and I will get back to you and give you some times that I have to spend some time with you. Kerry is saying, when you leave the weekend, what is the outcome at the end of the weekend? So that you have recorded your whole book, and then we go through the process, and you walk away with a plan as to what you will need to do each week leading up to the book being published, and we would work together, and I would project manage it with you and obviously liaise with the publisher and give you some ideas as to little bits and pieces that are important to have at the front, at the back of a book. There's just so many little intricacies that you don't realize that go into putting a book together. So you walk away, it's ready. So really, I believe the biggest amount of work spent is at the weekend.
The most amount is the writing, for sure.
2 or 3 hours prior. So I would spend about 90 minutes to 2 hours per person to prepare them. And then afterwards, we wouldn't have any official sessions, but we would talk as per needed to make sure that everything's going ahead and the plan is being implemented. Are you in a group or working individually? So I would be working with people. So it depends. I will go away. We will plan for 10. So if we get 10, we're going to get Donna along for the weekend and one of my licensees in one of my businesses to help out.
So I need you guys to sign up so I come along and have a free weekend. No, I'm kidding.
So you will get a lot of personalized support, because when you're recording, you're not going to need us. But as you maybe change chapters or you want to ask questions, you will get a lot of attention. And my husband will be coming away, so he'll probably cook for us and stuff like that.
And actually, a good point I just want to say here is that we're not expecting you to write 30,000 words in 3 or 6 hours. We realise that not everyone speaks as fast as us, so that's why we got the whole weekend. So you got lots of time. I mean, like me personally, for example, I did a lot of my talking at night. So, when we went to bed, because I'm a late night owl, I would pull my iPhone out and just talk quietly into my little mic. Then you've got plenty of time to write it. We're not forcing you to do it in 2 or 3 hours. You've got 2 full days, two-thirds of a day to do it. So that's really good.
And you said if there is 10 of us, are we in a workshop format? Gary, we would probably sit down and do a little bit of preparation, say on the Friday, and we would do a bit of workshopping on the Sunday in terms of putting together the pre-launch plan for your book. However, there's going to be a lot of time the Friday afternoon, the Saturday, where you guys will go off, record a chapter, come back, ask some questions. If you get stuck, we'll talk you through it so you get rid of that writer's block, and we would really assist you in getting it completed in that 48 hours.
So
TD says, I love the way you create products. Truly great, Natasha. I love it. Thank you. Donna, is this weekend for people who know what they already want to write? Yes and no. Sometimes if you're not sure what you want to write, we can explore and see if you already have intellectual property in that particular area. So if you've got the language around it, then yes, you can get it done. It would be best to figure that out through a conversation with me. And as I said to you guys, by having a conversation with me, you will walk away with valuable ideas that are valued way more than the $17.
yeah, so we don't want people rocking up to the weekend who really haven't even decided what they want to talk about, because part of the pre-work is setting out your chapter plan, for example. So when you arrive on the weekend, you actually have enough time to write or speak your chapters out. So yes, you are right in the sense that you do need to have a bit of an idea on what you want to write about. Maybe you don't have every single topic clear in your mind, but you at least know what topic you're going to be writing about, what your niche is, what problem you're solving, or what information you're going to be sharing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of stuff that can happen beforehand. But if you have your 30-minute session with Nat, it'll give you an opportunity for her to explore what is your background, what's your experience, what are you good at, what do you have knowledge in, to ascertain what is your book going to be about if you decide to come along.
Yeah, and I will only be doing these interviews within, I'll take bookings over the next 48 hours, but I'll only do them within the next 2 weeks, because I need to then work with the people for the pre-work in the last 2 weeks of August, so that I know, and then Stuart will book in the accommodation come 1st of September, so you guys all know where you're going, and doesn't matter. I'm going to run this. If I've just got to go away with the 4 people, I go away with the 4 people. I'm going to run this for those that will invest in themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else have we got here? How do you, there's a question by Jane, how do you pre-sell the book? So that's included as part of the workshop session on the Sunday, where we would teach you the pre-launch campaign. And obviously the setup of a website where people can pre-order is a key process to pre-selling your book and earning back more than half of your investment in this weekend. Can you please repeat the dates for the weekend? Yes, October 11th to the 13th. So
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So I would say we'd rock up there at 2:00 on a Friday, and I guess check out, if we can get a late checkout, which we will, because it has to be 48 hours. I'll get a checkout at 2:00. Can you show us a link to a book that you have done this way before? Yeah. So if you go to the Ninja Business Chicks website.
So go to ninjabusinesschicks.com.au and you'll see one of the tabs there, I think, is the book.
Our book.
Our book, that's what it is.
Yep.
And you'll see our book there listed, and that's exactly how we wrote our book,
Yep.
Ninja Couch Marketing.
Yeah. So you'll see it. And actually, if you go on the Facebook page that I run, it's called Ultimate Business Support, if you're not part of it already, because I know a few of you guys on the call. Today we were running a 15-hour crazy sale where we reduced our book by $10, and we also offered it at the ebook at like $10.
I know, a lot of people took it up,
so that's
pretty cool.
so yeah, so go check out that group as well. And that's the book we did this with back in January. We went away for the Australia Day weekend, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I think it was around that.
Felt like so long ago.
Yeah,
so much has happened since then.
I know, and it's only been 6 months.
Oh God.
I know. So, what other question have you got here? Do you need a separate website for the book? I'll take that one.
Well, you don't have to. You can have the book advertised on your own website. But for those of you that don't have a website, part of the package does include having a website for your book, so you can accept pre-sales. You can have promotional videos and things on there to encourage, to get all those sales coming through, and to have a brand presence, online presence for your book. So if you already have your own website, you can obviously add your book to it. You'll get your little 3D widgets. You'll get your image of your book in a 3D version of your cover, and that way you can start to accept some sales. But if you don't have a website, don't stress. We can we'll get one created for you.
Yeah, cool. And just another question: how many pages in Word is a decent sized book? Which I think I mentioned before. It's 30,000 words I would aim for, and I generally would assist people in coming up with 12 chapters is a decent amount of chapters that you could have.
Yeah, but how many pages in Word? We haven't answered the question.
30,000.
No. How many pages?
Pages. Sorry. About 80 to 85 pages.
And that's
in Word,
like size 12
which
or
is
something?
about, I think it's size 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
size 12 font. And that would turn into a 150-page book. So
There you go. So it's 80 pages, did you say?
80 pages, yeah. Thanks, Chris. Thank you so much, Donna and Natasha. This has been a phenomenal way to spend an hour.
Anytime, Chris.
Anytime. So, any other burning questions that you guys have around this, please post them up either now. You have a few minutes left of our expertise right here on the call, and then I'll follow up with. My phone's been buzzing like crazy since before, so I'll follow up with everyone.
And my dog is scratching at the door because we locked him out.
You might have to wait for me till Monday to recover from my laryngitis because I feel like I've been straining all day. I've been talking for about 10 hours straight.
I'm so going to get this. It's going to be so bad.
Cool. Sarah's just saying this has been so valuable. Thank you for your generosity. Information was fantastic. Thank you, Sarah. Bronwyn says, do you help people with promoting on Facebook and LinkedIn? Yes, of course. We wrote Ninja Couch Marketing, so of course this is all about how you can grow that community on Facebook and on LinkedIn. And really, 90% of my business comes from those two platforms. I actually don't even have to leave my house anymore.
That's the same for me. I reckon I get 90% from Facebook.
Yeah.
And the rest come in through my emails, like people emailing me from from my website, things like that.
Cool. Thanks, Kelly. Love your energy, ladies. Many thanks for the valuable time. Our pleasure. Kerry, thanks, ladies. Inspiring. Thanks, Kerry. Donna's just saying thank you so much, Donna and Natasha. You have given so much. I really appreciate it. And wow, cool.
It is very cool, Bronwyn. Being on Facebook all day can be slightly, it can be a good thing and a bad thing, though.
Yeah. But look, if it's part of your marketing and you think about how much marketing you spend, you need to be working on your business.
I meet a lot of people. Like, I make a lot of friends. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Thanks, Pete. Great format and delivery. Appreciate the feedback. And Donna, again, I want to get a copy of your books, please. What is the best approach? Why don't you inbox us on Facebook? Inbox me actually on Facebook, and I will talk with you and work it all out.
So I'm Donna, Work From Home Queen Brown. If anyone's trying to find me on Facebook, it's Donna, and my middle name is Work From Home Queen, and my surname is Brown.
Cool. And Sarah's just saying, can you give us a link to Facebook? Do you mean to
our personal pages, to our business page? We have a lot of links, Sarah.
I know. Which page?
The Ninja Chicks.
Yes, Ninja Business Chicks actually has its own fan page, so we'd love for you to like it. And yes, we could.
When you do the email.
Yeah, when I do the email, how about I put some information with the email with the slides and all that kind of stuff in there. That would be really cool. Awesome. Ninja Chicks. Awesome. Thanks so much, ladies, from Denise. Really appreciate your generosity. You're welcome. Great. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah. All right. Hi, lovely ladies. Hey, Nikki. I couldn't get on the earlier. Would it be possible to get a recording? Yes, everyone will get the recording sent out at some stage late tonight or early tomorrow morning, depending if I don't pass out with this voice of mine. Thanks, Nikki. There's just so many comments coming through. Thanks, Jane. You guys rocked. Thank you. And Sarah, I will be feeling better. Yeah, I will sleep. Funny thing happened is 2 of my clients that were booked tomorrow afternoon, one of them has laryngitis too, and the other one happens to cancel. So the universe is looking after me. And actually everyone's rescheduled for Monday. So I will try to rest my voice as much as possible tomorrow. I've only got 3 hours of talking instead of 7 or 8. Okay. So we've hit 8 o'clock. If there's no more questions or comments, we'll say goodnight. Go and enjoy your families and evenings. And I'm sure we're going to catch you on another call at some stage. Okay, let's do our exit like we normally do. Hi, I'm Natasha, the Red Ninja.
And I'm Donna, the Purple Ninja.
And we are the Ninja Business Kicks. Here. Bye-bye, guys.